we're back.
We're back.
We're in the real world.
Yeah.
Look at this guy's
talk about
legs.
This motherfucker who went over the edge. I am more comfortable if this moves.
Let them go.
To part 3.
Linearly, yeah, in just one fashion. That's all I need.
Ooh.
Okay, who do we got? Who do we got here? We've seen that face before. I think we've seen him before.
We've seen her before. Oh, we can figure out who she is.
Glad I can snipe their faces from fucking here.
Like a no scope. Oh, hello, sir.
Oh, hey, bud. How many... I guess the question is, like, how many women passengers are even on this boat?
I think there's only like 4.
And we know one of them's dead.
Yeah.
Okay, escape part 3. Excellent.
Okay. So they was shot.
Shit. Nope. Oh, okay. Alright. Okay.
What?
So, this guy was shotgun, yes. Yes.
What are you all writing? Why are we saying all right?
I am understanding the layout of this game more.
What did you uncover with your brain? Explain your thoughts.
I would rather not because it seems like it might be obvious.
No, say it. Come on. Share.
No, just like before the pacing for when handshaking happened seemed completely arbitrary to me. Now it's like, okay, we've seen memory part 3.
Right.
Handshaking, it's gonna bring us to part 2.
Oh, I didn't think it was that. I thought that whenever we see a new corpse in a memory, we can bring that one and start researching it. Because we've sort of uncovered more of the puzzle.
I mean, yeah, that's functionally what's happening, but it's just doing it because, okay, now we've seen this, and here's the corpse that's gonna link it to the previous part. So if we go to this guy...
So you think it has to be linear?
Last one. Move quick.
Based on my sample size of 1, yes. So in that case, it might even be easier to just go through all the memories and then start piecing them together.
It's almost like that's what I said earlier.
Get out of my house. I don't actually remember you saying that.
That's what I was saying about just getting as much information as we can and then tacking it all together, rather than going through a huge manifest with the little tiny information we had.
Oh, well, that's... I don't think that that's going to pan out for 100% completion. I think we could piece together the story doing that. I don't think we could piece together all 60 identities doing that. I think we're going to need to get a little fucking creative.
No, I mean, we're definitely going to have to, but if we start with the most amount of data, we'll have the easiest time within each storyline, because we don't want to get overwhelmed.
But it's going to take us longer.
But you just said that we should do it that way, and you just agreed with me until I said I had said it earlier, and now is the only time you're disagreeing with me.
I agree with whatever's in my head, and I don't know what's in your head. Yeah, see, like, as soon as... It's just gonna bring us to 1 now.
Dun dun dun. Where you at?
Though the guy isn't showing up. Well, oh, he way down there.
Oh, it's the guy who got stabbed.
Stabbed McStabbed, man. Oh, in the kitchen. There we go. Finally.
With the knife.
Oh, this is getting a lot more interesting. Ooh. Okay, alright. There's some juicy shit we can work it with here. Some hella juicy shit. I'm excited. I'm beyond excited.
You're going the wrong way.
Shut up. That's how excited I am. I'm here before the ghost is.
The ghost is late. Tap your death watch.
It's not working.
Where's that ghost at? He's so dramatic. Just get to the kitchen.
Okay.
Put me down. Let go. Easy now. You're in a bad way. Is the squid? Where is my Frenchman?
The squid's gone. Your mate was torn apart.
That. The beast is dead.
That's good info.
How did you kill it?
We didn't. It left with the storm. Captain came up from the hold. Said he chased it off. You should rest.
A curse like that does not live for nothing.
So he asked where his Frenchman was, and we know that that's his mate. So we can look at the manifest. Manifest?
Wait,
The crew?
do we know that?
Yeah, he said, "Where's my Frenchman?" And the other guy said, "Your mate was torn apart," or something like that. We'd have to look at the transcript or something, because I don't remember it exactly.
This?
Can we just look at the text?
Yeah, we just gotta flip to. Oh wait, no, that's not what I wanted to do at all.
This isn't it.
Yeah, that's definitely not it. I can. How do I? Is this part 1? No, it's part 2. What?
You're looking at part 2. We want part 1.
I'm looking at part 2 in the book.
Yeah, we want to look at part 1.
We don't have part 1.
Oh. I thought we just found part 1.
I guess it's not in our book yet.
Oh.
I think we needed it to go whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, right.
First.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So these must be the mutineers. Who, oh. Wait a minute. When we came down here, we saw the outline of a guy spying on them. Did that mean we missed the spy in part 2?
Oh, he hiding.
That was the stabbed guy, right? So he must have come up from the Orlop deck and overheard something. Oh, who are you?
We know that guy.
That's the first mate or the captain?
He keeps
something like
calling. He was the one who called for Brennan. For the surgeon's kit.
Gotcha. Okay, so now we got part 1. I don't know how literal this game is, but that could just be like the British mate.
Yeah.
But I guess if we want to take the game at its word, we can look to see whose mate was French. And make an assumption off of that. And it looks like the bosun.
Yep, which means that guy's the bosun.
Yep, yep, yep.
I think that's a pretty safe assumption.
So,
Is he the only
Alfred-
French guy? He's just also the only French guy.
yeah,
Like, mates aside.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, one of the people who got torn apart by the Kraken.
Yeah, which means that that guy is Alfred Clestil.
Clestil. What? Oh. We're still in the memory.
Yeah.
So, do we know how this guy died?
It looks like he got bludgeoned, but I don't think we know for sure.
We might be able to go back to the Kraken memories to see who did get torn in half.
Yes.
Because Aquaman did, but he wasn't a bosun. Or
Right.
the bosun's mate. We know he was a seaman.
Yeah.
Okay. So where do you think we should head now for...
I think we should go back to memory 2 and see how this guy got stabbed. If we can see how this guy got stabbed. This guy, right here, yes. He's the one who got stabbed, right?
yeah, I think so. So we need to go through the door. What are the half hashes?
I think the X's are completed items, and the hash ones are things we didn't find? Maybe? We got 4 slashes, right? And there's 4 disappearances. So the X's are people who died, and the
Okay.
slashes are people who disappeared, right?
That... yeah, I guess. That is the only thing that makes sense to me. I mean, we can go to...
I like that we're doing the whole book backwards. That is absolutely
we haven't
my
done
jam.
bargain yet. So this is the Kraken. So
Right.
this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 disappearances. So if we go back to the front here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep.
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 Okay, so let's go to part 2 of the escape, and let's see if we can see that guy who got stabbed.
Part 2 of the escape. So we want to go to the escape there. We've got to look for part 2, which is the guy who's hanging off the edge, or the guy who got stabbed up there.
Yeah.
This guy, you think?
Sure. Yeah.
Move quick.
Sit next. Next. Hit next.
Wait, Paul, look out. I guess we can't know for certain which one Paul is.
One of them is. One of them's Paul.
I would say that that guy's probably a Paul. Here's a hint for you all. The walrus is Paul.
What? You just love looking at that guy.
There's Beanie. They're going to deal with that guy. Okay. Alright, so this is the guy that overheard.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is Stabbed Man.
Oh, maybe he got stabbed in part 3 then. I think he might have gotten stabbed in part 3.
Yep. Okay.
Because he was spying.
So part 3, I think, is this guy.
Yeah. Doo-doo.
Let them go.
Did it again. Oh, who are you? Oh,
This guy. This guy again. He's always climbing on stuff.
he might be a topman.
Oh,
Okay.
stabbed by that man.
Stabbed by Stovepipe Lincoln.
Do we know the Stovepipe's name?
I don't believe we do. But I'd be willing to bet that we are supposed to be able to deduce him by now.
Well, his face was still blurred
Oh,
out.
no, we're not.
Yeah.
Huh. So, we know who he gets stabbed by, but I think we already claimed that he got stabbed.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
that part was a
yes,
little
we did
clear.
find his corpse, right?
Yes.
He had his corpsey in there.
Yeah.
So if the game says we can't deduce him, then we can't deduce this guy.
Yeah.
So I think we should move back to see who the Kraken tore in half.
Okay.
Because if it's only 2, then we know who the second one is.
Yeah. Well, before we move all the way back, let's look at the chapter about the Kraken and see if any new faces that we haven't identified are now unblurred. Then we can know more about who we're looking for.
Okay, we already knew him, we just didn't know the name of the person who attacked him.
Yeah.
Except for I think we know that the person who attacked him had a brother who was ripped up by the rope. Yes. I think we're already done with him.
Yeah.
We don't know that guy. Can't say either of those guys.
We can say who that is.
2 deductions, though. And we can figure out who this is.
He was torn apart.
He was one of the torn apart boys. So do we go to... Do we
Go back up. Go back one more. No, other up back. One more. Okay, we know how this guy died. There's 2 of these guys we know how they died, and we never filled it in.
It was kind of hard to tell how this guy died.
Wasn't this the guy who got?
He was like in the middle of the explosion, but it's kind of hard to say. Like, did he explode? Did
I guess that's
he
true.
get burned to death? Like, what is the game? It's more of like, what does the game want us to say?
Yeah, that's a good point. What about the other guy? There's one more before him. This guy was crushed by a cannon.
Easy. Okay. So I'm gonna go check in on her because that's part 8,
Okay.
just to see who's missing a pair of legs.
Okay. It's also time for the end of the episode.
Is that it? Is that it?
I think before we start a new thing, it seems like we're starting a new section.
That's fair.
We could pick it back up
Good
right
point.
here next time.
Right here at the Dimmadome.
Hell yeah.